well, I don't think you have to quit drinking then. I have the coolest therapist in the world. I feel like more men would go to therapy if we could go to therapy with our boys, you know?
All right, that is West Side, which is right by me, which is really convenient. 3 p.m. mic goes on Mondays, which is where Geraldo's, juniors. Good. That mic is always about the same. You get a lot of the same recurring people. A lot of the hosts come back and forth because they get in for free. Comedy club mics can always be hit or miss, but you always get a few people who are more experienced comics working stuff. You always get a lot newer people showing up too. The room itself, I actually like the space. I'm gonna call it a 4, which is maybe generous. Host, I like Greg. Let's give Greg a 4. Why not? Audience support, 2.5. It's kind of a quiet room, but it's a good place to come and say stuff on stage. Best set, I think Rory Lutz got some pops. I like Cooper Kim's material he's working on. So shout out to both of them. Yeah, now off to my mic. I'm realizing Monday's going to be a kind of tight day. I'm trying to squeeze in as many, but I may have to do a bonus week just on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays because there's a ton. They all happen at the same time, around 6, 7, 8, that are one-offs that are going to be difficult to avoid. So yeah, definitely been I can chew. I'm getting tired of leaving all the time. But I want to keep doing it.
It was cool hearing you say black things in exactly your voice. And it was cool. I could see you on your face not trying to do the accent. Like you're not even trying to put even a little stank on it. That was cool.
So we have the gutter mic at 6:30 on Mondays. It's a really cool space, really cool hosts. Light attendance, but my mic got canceled. People might have criticized. It's a beautiful day out, but I don't want to be inside micing it up. I just thought they did a really good job. I mean, they kept it short. They gave us 10 minutes. They did 5 themselves, so 4 for that alone. Space is really cool for the space. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a really cool space for a show, I think. And it's small enough and focused enough that you can really get stuff done. Support. I mean, there was 5 people, but they were supportive, so let's say 3.5. They were listening, they were laughing. Best Joe Gorman was there, so I always gotta give it to Joe.
It's like, was it getting in the way of work? I was like, no, actually, they liked it too. Then he was like, well, I don't think you have to quit drinking. I am the coolest therapist.
I'll mention it. That was, I'm going to get the name of this one, just for dinner. They flip off every Monday, 7:30, different night than previously. Venue is good, I think space is cool. 4, kind of a divey bar, but a back theater space.
There is nice. Uptown, local 1, train 2,
crowd support, I say 3.5, it's very good. Hosts. I've never liked the way mics they're hosted. It's very like arbitrage, great pockets, so I'm gonna say 3. Otherwise good, fun, especially with
Like I went to that stupid Trump protest recently, the one in April. I woke up at like 5 a.m. to just go stand in a line and hold a sign. At the end of all that, do you know who was still president? Donald Trump. Didn't do shit with that.
That was the Tuesday 5:15 at House Watch Bar in Alphabet City. Short and sweet, but energetic hosts. Supportive. Space is a little sticky, but it's fine. Space, let's say 3.5. Small crowd, and church bells going off. Small crowd, but let's say, I don't know, 4 for supportive hosts. Let's give them a 3.5. Good host, good space, good vibe. Bob Pastos? I need to look this up. Palos? Bob had the best set as well for all his Instagram people. I am off rushing to catch a bus to make it to Alphaville for pure chaos. Oh, I'm seeing my bus leave without me. That's cool. Alright. Yeah. Cool spot. It is in the middle of Alphabet City, so you kind of starve for public transit to it if you're not willing to walk. But other than that, cool spot. Hit it up if it makes sense for you. I wouldn't go necessarily out of my way.
FOMO, yeah, the one who kept touching people. He was deeply upset. He's like, but it's a New York boy! I was like, okay. Really, I'm not a New York boy. I don't have to vote for him.
All right, so that was the Alphaville at 7. Honestly, great time. I've been there before. It's been a while since I've been there. If you're in the area, I think it's great. So, venue 3.5, host 4.5. I think they both did a really good job. Very supportive. Had great sets. Were very quick with how they do it. Room 4. I mean, I think people were listening and supportive. It was a little, small, not really regular people, but I could see that being different. Yeah, I think a really solid mic. I think I understand why people go to Pure Chaos a lot. I'm waiting on a bus right now. Yeah, so best set, Paul Henry. I'll give it to him. Met him for the first time, but he did a really good set, but there are quite a few people that have really interesting stuff to say. So I think anytime you go to a mic when you're like, there are 4 or 5 people who you think have something interesting to say and you're not concerned about them, is a really solid start. So I'm gonna wait for my bus and eat a sandwich now as I go to BCC mic at Eris. Hopefully I make it there in time. And there's a metro.
I do love the concept of like you being like, has anyone failed at anything 5 times at an open mic? That's really, if failing at 5 times was illegal, open mics wouldn't exist. And what a wonderful world that would be, guys.
I'm back home because I forgot to record this on my way out from BCC. It is very much an improv space. I think it's mostly improv people who were performing at the mic, which is very interesting to see what improv people think stand-up comedy is. The space is cool. If you're trying to get a drink, it's probably a hair expensive, but it's not me. And they don't require anything, so it's free. So venue 4, audience support. I'm gonna go 3, but only, it was lightly attended the day I was there. And it seemed like they like vibes, but if vibes are your thing, could be a 5 for you. You like character stuff. They're kind of weak overall, but I could tell a lot of the people who were there were regulars and they felt it was weaker than usual. So I think the host also felt it was low energy. So I think that means I probably went on an off day, but for the day I went, I'm gonna say 2.5 actually, support-wise, but I'm sure it could get higher up. Hosts, so if we're saying 2.5 for crowd support, I don't wanna be mean. Let's say 3 for the hosts. Very clearly improv people. They seem like nice people. Sure, yeah, 3. 3's fine, 3's above average. Yeah, and best set. Rooster? Is that what Pat goes by now? Whatever Pat Monaghan's new name is. He had a good set. Special shout out to the girl who went on stage and just read a book for 3 minutes in silence. Improv people at an open mic. Yeah. Should you go? I would honestly just go to do improv. I mean, I'm certain that could help a lot of people out. I would focus on doing that. It seemed pretty chill. They seem to be having a good time downstairs, which is why I forgot to record the video, because I went downstairs to watch them do the improv jam. A lot of very excited people to watch improv. So if that's your thing, check it out. For stand-up for a mic, I don't know that it's a must hit, but if you live in the neighborhood in Brooklyn, if it's an easy hit up for you, absolutely check it out. But it's kind of where I fall.
The definition of psychosis is going to Vince McMahon for relationship advice. That's wild.
That was 8330 at Logan's Run. It's a new mic. I think they do 2 spots there. 7 minutes. Venue. Let's see. Actually, like it's downstairs. Kind of cozy. 3.5 because there's no stage. Host was really, being friendly. energetic about it. So we'll say 4. And then crowd support. Oh, 4. They were nice. It's kind of remote, but there's halyards like 2 blocks away, so you can kind of hit them back to back if you want to, especially if you're in the area. No train close to it. Like an F is a 10-minute walk, but not bad. I think John Lewis probably had the best set. I think that's his name. I have to double check. He might have an Instagram. I couldn't find him. If I can find him, I'll post it. On my way to Halyards to warm up because I have 2 shows tonight. One at Soho Playhouse and then one back to the place I couldn't get up the mic before, which is my Young Ethels.
It's going to get warmer, and I'm going to have to justify to a lot of different older comedians why I'm wearing shorts. Mostly because I don't like sweating on stage because it makes people think I'm nervous. And I just run hot.
Yes.
That's it.
That was the Teacher's Lounge, open mic at Halyards. I talked about Halyards before. I think it has a good space. On 3.5. The hosts, he did a good job. Sweet. Let's call it 4. Crowd support level 3. Best comic, Velona, probably, of who I saw. I did have to run pretty early after the first 6 to it started up too late, so I had to run to get to my show. So I hope I'm on time for that. But yeah, you know, if you're in the area, if you're trying to do a loop of this Park Slope area comedy, it is there at 6 o'clock. It's listed as 5:30, 6 o'clock. Bucket. Yeah, check it out. They seem nice.
In case you're wondering, I have a theater degree with a minor in film and a master's in dramatic writing. So to be able to tell that very accurate film joke cost me $300,000.
So that was the mic. That was the 6 o'clock mic. Hosted by Bob. Bob's a good host. I liked it. Kind of a friendly hosty vibe. Let's give him a 4. Group support. They seem supportive. Honestly, 3.5. It was a small turnout, but everyone was listening, which was nice. Venue is, venue is cool. You're kind of performing on floor, so 3.5 for that, but it's a cool spot. Definitely hit it up if you're in the area. It's a pretty easy one to do. Best set was, I feel bad because I only saw 4. It was just after me. I'm going to ask who her name is and figure it out from the host and then put it here. But yeah, let's go with her. Yeah, I'm off to Alligator Lounge to get up and then get some pizza because you get pizza for buying booze. So buy someone a beer.
And someone walked up and said, Josh, I called my father just like you suggested. I said, nice to meet you. That didn't
that is the Alligator Lounge 7:30. Yeah, Alligator Lounge 7:30. Pizza Gator. This is an old mic. This has existed for a long time. Fun fact: this is the last mic I did before the pandemic. I did it Thursday before we shut down on Friday. There was 4 of us here. It was shared drinks. It was not a good idea. This is a classic mic. I think you should hit this up if you're in New York. You have to hit it up. But then you get a free pizza with your drink. And it's cool. You're in a back room. I'll go for it because there's music playing always. But it's part of it. You're just talking, going over the music. The hosts are always great. Give them a fucking 4. Support, you get 3.5 because Alligator Lounge is one where like you get the first 2 groups, it's supportive. You get the later group, not so much. It's still like it's definitely what you hit up. Ethan Mead had a great set, and then a special shout out to Rachel Darvas also had a really solid set. I was gonna go to a 9:30, but I'm gonna go help my wife put up doors.
I love that most comics say things to get the audience to laugh, but he made the audience say things so he would laugh. That's my friend.
That was Pete's Candy Shop. It is the Numbskull, I think is what it's called. It's the 5 p.m. on Fridays. Pete's Candy Shop is a really cool venue. It's a very specifically kind of Brooklyn venue, so if you're into that vibe, I would suggest it. If you're not, maybe not. The venue is cool. I'd give the venue like a 4. It's in like the style of a train car in the back. I think it forces attention on the actual show, which is nice. It's really comedy shows. Let's go host. She did a good job. She did what she was supposed to do. She kept moving. I'm going to go 4. Yeah, she's hanging people on Boomerang. She's doing what she does. Crowd support. I think it's very hit or miss and it's very specific people. So I'm going to go for me 3. But I think as a different kind of person, maybe it'd be a 5.5. You know what I mean? I'm now walking to Flophouse, which I've not been to yet, but I hear really good things about. So excited for that. I'm excited to do my Brooklyn on Friday.
Did anybody else get a little bit sad when they found out a paleontologist was here? Just like, that was like my childhood dream. And now we're in the same room. That makes me sad for you. It's like finding out an astronaut does improv. You know what I mean?
That was the, what is this area cool? This is what, that was the Flophouse, 5:30 p.m. Fantastic, I'm going to get to that car. Flophouse, 5:30 p.m. Pure Chaos open mic. First time at Flophouse. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Like Brooklyn comedy venue. Other than that, I think it's cool. So we have host did a great job. I'd say host 4. Got people around, which is the important part of it. That's audience. Yeah, they were warm. I would say 3.5, 4. Best set was Max Fine. And then shout out to Thompson. I shot Thompson. Really good set. Now I'm going to go to a mic that I don't know is happening. Love Brooklyn open mics. But it's in Bushwick.
Shitting on Trump is so wacky. It sucks to like have a really strong opinion. You're like, I can't even talk about it. It's not funny. There's no new angle on this.
Hi, this is Alex. He was just on this mic.
Hi.
You can tell you if I'm lying. That was my first time there at my friend's basement at 4 o'clock in East Williamsburg. Kind of.
It's like Brooklyn.
Sure, we're in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
It's in this podcast small studio space. It's honestly kind of like Sesh a little bit, and then it lasts about an hour. It's in a nicer space than Sesh, and it's air conditioned, so as summer hits, that'll be cool. Support, I would say, we're going this way. I'm walking to a mic.
I don't know how to get there.
I'd say 3.5 to 4 out of 5 for support. People were listening, they cared. Let's go 4. Hosted a good job. 4. Space. Small if you wouldn't want to do a show there, but for a mic it made sense, so 3.5.
Cleaner than the cupboard.
It's bigger than the cupboard.
It's like in that range, but it was cleaner.
Oh, you're gonna see what happens. I shout out a comic I like at every mic, and I think I was gonna give it to you, even if I wasn't walking with you. So shout out Jon Moskowitz. Shout out
Hi guys.
Alex Davenport.
Apparently, I do this challenge he's doing by accident.
100%. It's a terrible, terrible fate he put himself on. All right, we're walking to Easy Lover. This is the mic I didn't get to do last week because it wasn't happening. All right.
Older comics will give you a lot of shit for wearing shorts on stage. They'll do stuff like, you're not supposed to wear shorts on stage. I'm like, yeah, but back in your day, people got paid to do comedy. So like...
So that was the Feelings Wheel, which is every other Saturday at 5:30. That's in the back of Easy Lover, which I've been to before. I just did a show there, a few shows there. Yeah, that back room they use for a lot of comedy stuff. There are a few other mics I have to go to on Sunday. Space 4? I'll say 4. It takes a lot for me to call space a 5. Space of 4. One of the hosts, without a mic, just does these long riffs between everybody, which I find really funny. So I'm going to give her a 4 for that. And then,
my wife is the kindest person that I know, and she makes me a better person every day for knowing her. Don't clap, that's not how jokes work.